Hi y'all, my name is Caroline and this is BSG Caroline. I am 5 foot 3.5 inches tall. I'm 24 years old. I'll be 25 this year in September. My highest weight was 288 pounds, and that was when I saw the nutritionist a little over a month ago. And then my current weight is 279 pounds. My goal weight is 150 pounds or below. I'm not putting a limit on it. But I would like to be at least 150 pounds. Like that's kind of like my number. And then like anything after that, I feel like is probably, just extra. So I have decided to start a channel. I was inspired by a lot of other people like Made Up Mama, Patrice, and Nirvana, and Sleeved Franklin, and Short Sleeve Tee, all the other people who do videos. I thought it was a really great idea to have a video record of the process, even if nobody watches it ever, just for myself to see, like, this is where I was, this is what I looked like, and this is, like, where I was at, kind of like a video diary, and then, like, this is where I am now, eventually down the road. So I think it's a good idea. I'm filming in my garage with all of the LuLaRoe hanging up. This just happens to be where my husband and I picture LuLaRoe, and it is by far the best lighting in our house, so that is why I am doing that. I am not a LuLaRoe consultant, just FYI, putting it out there. I know you'll see LuLaRoe in my videos, and I sell LuLaRoe, but that's a different conversation for a different day. I was a LuLaRoe consultant, and I'm trying to get out of being a LuLaRoe consultant. So, but that's not what this channel is about. This just happens to be where my professional lighting kit is, and this is where my stand is for my phone, so it's quiet in here. My kids aren't in here, so this is where I'm filming. So I made like a list of like talking points, so I'll try to stay on track and get through this video quickly. I got my surgery date today. My surgery date is June 12th, 2017, and I am going to be having surgery with Dr. Jonathan S. Aranow with Shoreline Surgical Associates at Middlesex Hospital in Middletown, Connecticut. I live in Connecticut, and my husband is stationed here with the Navy. So we actually live in Groton, Connecticut at the Navy base here. Let's see. So I am a military wife. Obviously, my husband's stationed here with the Navy. I've been a military wife for 3 years, almost. And I'm a stepmom and a mom. I have 1 biological child and 2 stepchildren, all girls. An almost 8-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 2-year-old. And it is crazy here. It's always loud, except for at nighttime, like now. And it's always crazy, and my kids are all over the place, so that's just life. I am, doing, like the normal mom stuff day to day, running kids to doctor's appointments, getting myself to doctor's appointments, going to all their extra stuff. And I'm also starting a new job shortly, working from home for Amazon, actually. So be even more busy, a little bit more at night, but that will allow me to stay home with my kids, and that's really our goal, is for me to be a stay-at-home mom. I chose VSG surgery this year. I had a good friend of mine start talking to me about VSG surgery, and that she wanted VSG surgery, that she was going to do this journey. Her husband was getting out of the military, so she was trying to kind of hurry up and get it done before he was medically discharged. And so I hadn't really thought about it that much. My mom had talked about doing it, and I had heard, obviously about it, but I didn't really know that that was something that I wanted to do. And like I started watching YouTube videos, started researching, and I kind of settled on the fact that I wanted vertical sleeve gastrectomy versus the Roux-en-Y. And I did a lot of research over several months, and I came to the conclusion that I did want weight loss surgery for sure, that I had been yo-yoing with my weight for my entire adult life and most of my teen years, and I knew that, I do know that I have it in me to be fit and healthy. I just, and I think that that extra tool will be a help to me. So that's why I decided to do it. I want to be like a better role model for my kids. I want my girls to grow up seeing their mom be fit and healthy and making good choices and being able to run around and play with them and do all the things that they're doing and not have to slow down. I'm only 24, almost 25, and I feel like I shouldn't be in bad physical shape. This should be kind of like the prime of my life, and I should be able to keep up with my kids. So that was a big part of it for me. I don't want to die early because I made like a choice to stay overweight for too long. So I want to like reclaim my life, basically. Let's see. So I do have TRICARE. I'm on TRICARE Standard. For any other like military spouses out there, my husband is active duty, so all of that TRICARE Standard for an active duty spouse. And I love it. We've currently met our deductible and our out of pocket for the year, so we're not really paying copays. The only thing that TRICARE isn't paying for is the nutritionist. They don't cover nutritionist appointments, so we've had to pay that out of pocket, and that's kind of stung a little bit, but definitely worth it when the surgery is worth, $20,000 or, more sometimes, and getting that surgery for basically free. It's worth it. And even if I had to pay copays or whatever, like there's a cap, so it's definitely worth it to do it in my case. And I feel like the financial burden just isn't there, so it's worth it to just go ahead and do it now while we can have it done, and it can be free for our family. It hasn't been hard to get TRICARE, to work with me. I called them, I asked what their requirements were, they told me what their requirements were, and I have just been systematically checking that off. I've gone to see the surgeon, I did all of his requirements, I went to see the psychologist, I went to see the nutritionist, which they only require one appointment for each. My surgeon has more requirements than TRICARE has, so fulfilling my surgeon's requirements has been more than fulfilling TRICARE's requirements. And I am going to be having my surgeon's office submit to TRICARE, this week or next week, so I'll get that approval hopefully in the next, before my surgery, 2-3 weeks, and I'll let you know how that goes, and hopefully it'll be without a hitch, because I do have an insurance background with medical billing, and I don't think there's going to be anything wrong with it. But if you have any questions, you can feel free to ask about the insurance portion of things. So far, what I've had to do to get my surgery scheduled, I needed to go to a nutritionist. Well, I had to go to a meeting for the surgeon, like where he did like the seminar thing explaining the different surgeries and the risks and whatnot. And then I had to go to 2 support group meetings, and I had to go to a nutritionist psychologist support group meeting. And then I had to go see a nutritionist and a psychologist that were from my surgeon's office. I've seen the nutritionist now twice. I had to lose 10 pounds because that's what my surgeon required of me specifically. Everybody's going to be different. I had to get on a diet that was low carb, high protein. I think it's 1,700 calories a day. So, and I normally stay under that. Even it's not been really that difficult for me. I use my FitnessPal, and that's been really good and helpful to me. I had to submit proof that I have done other weight loss things in the past, and I had to prove that I had seen a provider before, like a regular doctor, and I was overweight at that time. During the past 2 years, that was an insurance requirement. So my surgeon wanted to see that I had been overweight for the last 5 years, which I have been, so that wasn't a problem. And that my BMI was at a certain level, which my BMI is at the required level. So it hasn't been an issue in any of the way. I mean, it's been a waiting game, waiting for appointments to happen, but that's been it. I'm going to go see a pulmonologist tomorrow. That's really more for me than a requirement. I had like an asthmatic episode, even though I'm not like an asthmatic. So I want to just make sure I'm not an asthmatic before I have the surgery, and make sure that I don't need any other special care before I have a major surgery. And that's really it. I need to see my surgeon one more time before my surgery, and I'm going to schedule that appointment probably tomorrow. And I'm going to confirm my surgery date and then get insurance to approve everything once everything's submitted. I did blood work, and I had to do an H. pylori test, but all that was fine. I also had to do a barium swallow test, but that was fine too. I can't really think of anything else that I had to do. Let's see. So I am just going to do like the final little bit of my video. I'm gonna do my full body 360, like, you know, like what my body looks like, and then like I guess like a kind of a skin flick. I wouldn't call it a full skin flick, but just that's what I'm doing right now. I'm gonna turn the camera around and do that. So let's see, just because there's more room and the lighting's better here. So this is me. Let's see, I'll back all the way up. This is me from the front. There's my arms. Oh, here, I'll put my ponytail on the back. There's my arms. There's me from the side. There's me from the back. From this side. And then I'm just going to do like where my stomach's at right now. These are probably too tight for me, but it's where my stomach's at. My back. That's where my back is at. Okay. Some other things that like I'm kind of concerned about is like the normal things like the double chin And, you know, just here with my arm, like, it's all extra flab. Here too, on this arm, same thing. A lot of extra fat in there. My breasts are really, really large. More than they should be. That's just a lot of extra fat. So, and I already have like a lot of stretch marks, and I already have like a lot of damaged skin, so I don't know how that's all gonna shake out in the end, but we'll see, and hopefully it'll turn out okay. Right now, like, my lower arms are pretty normal sized. My wrists and all of that, like from here down, is pretty normal, and I don't have like any extra skin like hanging over my elbows, so that's pretty okay. And then like the same thing for my knees are pretty okay, and like my calves are okay, but like from my knees up, like my thighs are just, you know, huge. So hopefully all of that goes down. I can't really think of anything else. I'm going to record another video of, you know, once my surgery gets approved and when I talk to my surgeon again. That's all for right now. If anything else comes up, then I'll do another video. But thank you for watching and being kind. This is my first video, so not the very best ever at this, for sure. But I hope that I'll get better, and I'm not great at editing either, so hopefully I'll get good at that too. We'll see. Thank you.